Representative David Morales, I hear you about genocide. Providence State Representative David Morales is fighting for the working people and our immigrant neighbors across Providence. He did this before he was elected. And he will do this no matter what the outcomes of any elections. Give it up for Representative David Morales!
Now neighbors, let's say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcomed here. Say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcomed here. Say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcomed here. Say it loud and say it clear. Immigrants are welcomed here. So brothers, sisters, and non-binary family, we stand here today to send a clear message to the fascists in D.C. that we will not turn our back on our immigrant neighbors. We are here to stand in solidarity and to protect our immigrant community all across Providence and all across Rhode Island. Because for months we have watched as masked thugs. We have watched as a rogue agency known as ICE has barged into our communities, has militarized our neighborhoods, and has kidnapped immigrants right in broad daylight. Families have been separated. People have been detained and deported without any due process. And for that very reason, we are here today to reject all forms of fascism, including ICE. Because ICE is not welcomed in Rhode Island. ICE is not welcomed in Rhode Island. Because neighbors, we are living through some very troubling times. Because about 100 years ago, the government in Germany devolved into tyranny. It had devolved into a dictatorship where innocent people were being persecuted, where people were being dragged off the streets without any form of due process, without any warrants. And the result was the rise of fascism in Nazi Germany. The result was over 6 million people of the Jewish faith being murdered, alongside hundreds of thousands of members of the LGBTQ plus community, alongside marginalized groups. And so we're standing here because we will not allow for history to repeat itself in any way, shape, or form. And we do not draw these comparisons lightly, but the reality is, yes, neighbors have been kidnapped, and it is even happening right here in our backyard in Rhode Island. Last week, outside of the courthouse in downtown Providence, a neighbor was taken. No warrant was presented to the advocates that were there on site filming and documenting the horrific incident where one was dragged into an unmarked vehicle that then sped away. Our communities are under attack, and this is why local activism is so damn important in these moments. Because if you have not already heard, there is a group called the Deportation Defense Network that has been standing up to protect our immigrant neighbors. If at any point in time you suspect activity related to ICE, related to immigration enforcement, there is a local number that you can call to report it directly to advocates who will show up on the ground to stop those forms of detainments. The number number is, for those of us that can have the courtesy of getting our cell phones out and typing it very quickly, it is 401-675-1414. That is 401-675-1414. That is the Deportation Defense Network, a group of grassroots advocates that are on the ground making sure our immigrant neighbors are safe, are protected, but most importantly, if anyone is detained, they are there to support impacted families, because now more than ever, we need to stand together, and that starts with showing up.